Hi everyone, it is me, Sailor Moon, and it's me, Sailor Neptune here, and today we're going to talk about, today we are going to talk about something that we did talk about before, but it's something that needs to, be talked about. So, alright, the hate that DIC and CLOVERWAY English offshoot of Sailor Moon gets with Sailor Moon followers. But today we're going to talk about, was the unstraight handled right or wrong? Now there's going to be folks that have a foughten belief that the unstraight folks in Sailor Moon were handled wrong, but I don't truly think they were. In my mind, I can't look at that and I can't say that I think anything was handled wrong. So first thing, what they'll do is first we talk about how, well, in every offshoot of Sailor Moon, Zoisite was a man. And yes, Quinfight and Zoisite were lovers. How it happened, I don't know. That's your guess as good as mine. But DIC knew that that would not work. They knew that a lot of folks out there would not be happy about that. And so DIC had to shift Zoisite into a woman so they could get away from, from anyone getting all irked and mad and angry at them. Because this was at a time where folks still believed that anyone who was unstraight, they could not be selves in films and plays and shows, but they felt it was wrong. And they truly felt it was wrong if it was a children's show. So DIC had to go and make some shifts, and Zoisite became a woman. No big deal. No shaming there at all. Then once you got into the third following, CLOVERWAY had to do something. You can enlighten here if you could say something here if you want. Yeah, you're right, Sailor Moon. When the third season of Sailor Moon came along, CLOVERWAY had to come up with some grounds to why me and URANUS Amara were always together. So they came up with it that we were near kin to each other. Now, it is true that anyone who grows up nearly bonded to each other by being kin, they can become close. They can become near. So it can happen. Some folks near kin are close to each other and some are not. But that was it. And I know some folks out there said, oh, well, that wasn't a good thing and that wasn't the wisest thing CLOVERWAY did. Well, keep in mind that CLOVERWAY either had to say something or they would be in the same bind that DIC would have been in with the whole Zoisite thing. So, anyway, I don't think that was handled badly. By the time the fourth following came along, you had Fisheye, and some folks say that Fisheye was a man who liked to wear women clothing. Now, first off, I have watched both the CLOVERWAY and the Viz one, and to my belief, Fisheye is a woman on both offshoots, so I don't know where they're getting this from. But whatever. Some folks believe it. Is there any truth to back it up? No, but that's what their belief is. Well, you're right, Sailor Neptune. At the end of the day, I don't think the unstraight were handled badly in Sailor Moon at all. I think that anyone can earnestly look at that and they can say that nothing bad was done. But a lot of folks will like to say, oh, why didn't they just leave it the way it was? Well, nowadays, you can do that. there's more understanding, there's more trust, there's more, you know, uh, I guess, going on these days, that it wouldn't have been a big deal. But back then, it was a big deal. Back then, if there was any self that was unstraight, and it didn't care if it was a film or a play or a show, it didn't care. They didn't think that it should be in a kids show or a children's show. So you had to make scene. You had to shift it. And you're like, well, why? Yeah, because it was the time they were in. Understanding and trusting, you know, wasn't high, wasn't around as much. I mean, yeah, there were some folks who were open-minded and had an understanding of it, and they were trusting of it, but there were a lot more folks that were not. So I think Zoe's Light was handled in a good way, could have been handled. And as far as Sarah Uranus and Sailor Neptune, I think that, well, Cloverway had to do what they had to do. Even if folks could scathe it, they had to do something. Or they would have been in the same kind of bind that DIC would have been in. Yeah, you're right, Sailor Moon. At the end of the day, one way to get a farcier show or a film or a play or a drawing film or a live drawing show kicked off of folk work is not following oversights or making a headache for the folk work that runs or broadcasts it. So I don't think DIC and Cloverway wanted either UPN or WB or USA or Cartoon to get angry far speaker calls, angry sheets sent through the wire, and whatever at the time, saying, I just want the show with folks that were unstraight in it, and I think you should take it off. Because sadly, that's what would have happened. But it didn't happen. Since DIC had to do what they had to do, and Cloverway had to do what they had to do. And nowadays there is more trust and more understanding and more open-minding about that kind of thing. So that's why Viz didn't have to worry about that. You know? But I am going to tell you one thing before I end this film. I believe that Fisheye is a woman in both Cloverway and Viz, and every other offshoot of Sailor Moon there is. Unless you could tell me, unless you got some truth to back up your thing, that's just my belief. So anyway, that's all the time we got here. So I hope you like this film. If you like this film, follow us over here at Sailor Moon for Life. Watch the last film we made yesterday over here with me and Sarah Uranus when we talked about being on UPN and WB. Yeah, we'll see you later. Sailor Moon, Sailor Neptune, we'll see you later. Bye.